Welcome to Riverbend Talent on WBGZ. Brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
Another Thursday night in the Riverbend. That means Riverbend Talent right here on 107.1 FM, the Big Z, and also means the Sea Shanty Sing-Along underway. Already down at Morrison's Irish Pub until 9 o'clock. Open mic, usually at the conservatory on a Thursday night, usually around 7:30, but that fluctuates, so you might want to check the Facebook page, the Instagram, whatever you like to follow on the conservatory to see what's going on tonight there. The BC Homegrown are going to be playing at Fast Eddie's. They're actually underway already until 10 o'clock at Fast Eddie's in Alton. Music in the Park with Scott Fairs out in Bethalto, starting at 7. Grand Pagano underway at George's Pub and Grill in Jerseyville until 9. Sugar Ray Rayford at the Wildie Theater tonight, 7:30. Blake Foltz across the parking lot at the Backstage Bar and Patio in Edwardsville from 9 until 1 a.m. following the show. And Schaefer and Sims will be at Big Daddy's from 6 to 9. Whiskey Revival at the Cabin at Judy Creek from 6 to 9 in Glen Carbon. Back in the Saddle at Grafton Music in the Park from 7 to 9 tonight. And the Backyard Blues Band already underway up at the Prairie Inn in Dorsey. They started at 5:30, if they made it on time, that is. And they'll go until 8:30. Spencer McDowell hosting an open mic tonight up at Mississippi Culture in Staunton. And it's Rock the Hops weekend. And we're going to be talking Rock the Hops tonight. We'll go over the schedules, and we're going to be talking to Mr. Corey Saathoff. Welcome back to the show from the Trophy Mules.
Hey, it's great to be back.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Last time you were here, you were going to play the Trinity River Festival.
Yes.
And,
we just played this year's version of that on this past Saturday.
That is correct.
It was at the Milton Schoolhouse.
How'd you like that? A little different location, and
it was different. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I really liked how they had it set up. They had an old gym there for some bands, and then they had in the warehouse area.
Right.
That's where we played. So.
Okay.
But yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, and they staggered everything so you could go back and forth, and that's a neat little place.
Oh yeah, I was impressed.
The old Milton School. First time going there for you?
Yes.
Yeah. And did you see any ghosts? Because apparently it's haunted.
Yeah, I guess I did.
It's a little creepy sometimes.
Yeah, there
right?
were some creepy folks there, but nah, I don't know.
That's kind of up your alley, though. You're a little bit of paranormal with some of your songs here, and
yeah, I like to use that imagery sometimes.
Dabble. Yeah. Well, when you got a word like chupacabra, it's fun to try to make a play off a word like that, which is what
mystery.
You're really into, songwriting.
Mystery,
and so you hear an odd word, it inspires you to what could I do with that?
Yeah, it's kind of just when you're writing a song, sometimes there's a melody and you're kind of, doot, 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 dot, dot, dot. And for some reason that word came out when I was writing it. So I was like, I got to keep it. And then I just it just built from there.
That was
That's how it works sometimes.
What was a new album the last time you were here?
Yep, that's our latest one.
No Sooner Than the Moon. So that's the latest from the Trophy Mules.
Actually, we have we're working on a new one right now. We should have a single from that probably here in the next week or two.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So stay tuned.
Brand new stuff.
Spanking new. Yep.
I was stretching for a pen so I can write that down and make sure I check back in at thetrophymules.com where you can find all the information about you guys, right?
Yep.
And what else do you use as far as social media? Facebook, I guess.
Yeah, we're on Facebook and what the formerly known as Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah.
I think that's about where we draw the line.
So most of them.
Yeah.
There you go. And you guys have been around for quite some time. We joked on the last episode about right before the world ended. You guys kind of came out and released a record right after the world ended.
Right.
Which is referencing 2012, if everyone remembers.
Yep, that was our first one.
And Been cranking them out ever since. What, you got 4 of them? 5?
Three. 2 full lengths and 1 EP, and then this next one we're working on is going to be an EP as well. So
now a little bit different lineup every time we see the Trophy Mules, and a buddy of ours, Jared Gordon, was in the band last time we talked. No longer in the band, so you got a new bass player.
Oh, well, he still is with us on occasion, not as much.
Okay,
but he is going to be playing Rock the Hops on Saturday. So
okay. See, we were talking.
Alton faithful can see the great Jared Gordon
back.
Yeah.
The reason I bring that up, Jake was on last week with his band Olive, and they're playing Rock the Hops. Yep. And I had asked him about that, and he was like, "I don't think he's playing with them anymore." So but that's typical of you guys. You kind of just shake the lineup who's available, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's kind of all hands on deck. Whoever can make whatever. Jared's been kind of preoccupied with other things in his life, so we haven't really bugged him much. But I asked because it was in Alton, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm up for it." So
that's cool.
He's playing.
That's cool.
We stay in touch. So.
That's breaking news there. Who else is going to be playing then with you?
It's going to be myself. It's going to be Scott Swartz on the pedal steel and electric guitar. It's going to be Jared on bass, and then Simon on drums.
Okay.
So Dave Clark is our A drummer now, but Simon was our drummer on No Sooner Than the Moon. And Dave couldn't make this one. So, again, it's kind of like, hey, you feel up for playing, and Simon is. So.
And, of course, Scott, he plays with Prairie Rehab, right?
He plays with Prairie Rehab, and he also plays with the Cree Rider.
Right, Cree Rider.
So he's playing all over the place.
Same with Dave. He plays with everybody. Probably knows the Swag is one of the bands he plays with.
He's in a lot of different bands as well.
Yeah. So well, everyone needs a drummer. You know that.
And pedal steel's had high demand for twang music.
For sure.
Yeah, we just kind of pick whoever, it's great to have a good network of guys to fill in when need be. So
no Josh?
No Josh at this one.
Okay.
He has a prior commitment. So
okay.
But it was myself, Josh, and Dave last Saturday at Trinity Fest.
Right.
So it's different lineup all the time. But I'll be there. I'm the
for sure.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make sense if you weren't there. It'd be odd.
It probably would be odd.
It'd be an instrumental.
I don't think it would be the Trophy Mules.
Do you think any of those guys would step up to the mic and start singing? Maybe Scott.
Yeah.
Josh would. Yeah. It'd be interesting. Anyways.
Sure.
So there you go. That's the lineup for this week.
Mm-hmm.
And that's different than last week. So if you're at Trinity River Fest, you need to come out and see what happens when things get turned around and Jared Gordon shows up.
Right, I know.
So
should be fun.
He's worth the price of wait a minute, there is no admission charge.
Yeah, well,
there's tickets for the beer.
Tickets to have a band, an arm band to go visit all the various places and get the samplings for the beers. But you could go to the individual place and buy from there and watch the bands.
Yeah, that part's free.
Yep.
Or at least it used to be. I didn't see any change, so
I believe it is.
I'm assuming that's what it is. So, what can we talk about? Let's see. The Trophy Mules, you guys kind of more St. Louis than on this side of the river. You get down to Belleville.
We play Belleville quite a bit. We play Edwardsville quite a bit. Alton.
Stagger Inn, probably.
Yeah. Actually, we're playing Stagger Inn on August 23rd. That is going to be on my birthday.
Whoa.
It's going to be a big bash there on Saturday, August 23rd. So,
with the legendary Butch Moore showing up?
Oh, he might. Yeah, he's usually there.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. And I give a shout out to Butch because I find out who's playing at the Stagger Inn from Butch Moore from his personal Facebook page.
He's the one that booked us, so he would know.
Yeah, and he's doing sneakies too. He's doing open mic there.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been into the burger joint yet and played?
I have not. We played there when it was Recess Brewing,
right?
And so I'm familiar with the place, but I've not been to Sneakies yet. I've heard good things. My family members have gone there and they like it. So
I mentioned I mentioned when I was going through the list, Mississippi Culture in Staunton. That's where Reese's moved to, I believe.
Yes.
And so,
and I've heard good things about that as well. I have not attempted to see if we'd be a fit there or not. But
yeah, I think you would, because I see a lot of the same people.
Right.
You know, Spencer McDowell doing an open mic up there tonight. You know, a lot of the singer-songwriters that play the Stagger in, and the other places like Big Daddy's and places like that around Edwardsville. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I got your schedule here. You're playing tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, at Stovall's Grove. That's way over in Wildwood, Missouri. But it's an old honky tonk that is still going. I don't know how many of those are still left in the world, but it's a sight. It's a honky tonk.
So fill us in on the folks who don't know what you're referring to when you call it a honky tonk. What's that mean?
Well, old time country, cowboy boots, line dancing, hooting and hollering.
Yeah,
just good old time.
So you guys aren't like 100% country. You got the folk in there. You mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, we're kind of a country folk rock, but we do know a lot of old country standards that we can pull it off, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I hope. We're doing it tomorrow, so.
So you're going to do mostly original tomorrow? Because that's kind of like an original showcase type.
It's about half and half, because we play for 4 hours. So,
yeah, wow, that's.
But we do, it'll be quite a few of our originals, and then some Hank Williams, some Merle Haggard, some Johnny Cash, stuff like that.
Well, that never hurts anyone's feelings, I don't think.
Oh, I think people will like it.
We'll see what's going on for Rock the Hops here as I pull the schedule up. And we'll see here. Where are you guys playing? I got
at Old Bakery Beer Company.
That's right, Old Bakery.
3:15.
3:15. You're the second act at Old Bakery, following the Chocolatiers. Riley Hershey and the Chocolatiers starts at 2:15, and you guys go at 3:15. Mm-hmm. And then I must turn the page, as Bob Seger would say, because following you would be Zach Sullenkamp at 4:30, Joe Hicks Ensemble at 5:45, and then Boxcar at 7. So you said you played 4 hours.
No, at Stovall's.
Oh, okay.
At Stovall's Grove on Friday night, we were playing 4 hours at a country venue. So, yeah, but at Rock the Hops, we have a 45-minute set.
Right.
Which is just right, because people can, just like sampling the beer there, they can sample different kinds of music throughout the day.
And that's what I was getting at when we were talking about, maybe you'd stick to mostly originals for that show.
We'll be all originals.
Heck yeah.
At Rock the Hops.
You can easily cover 45 minutes with originals, right?
Oh, yeah.
So what's a couple of songs we might be hearing for the Trophy Mule fans that you're going to break out for or have you even thought about it?
I have a concepts of a plan, as our current president would say. Yeah, one of them is going to be the new song that I said is coming out in a couple weeks. That song is going to be called Sorrento Silence.
Okay.
It's about a town not far from here, a little town called Sorrento, Illinois.
Right.
That's where my dad's side of the family, they grew up in that town. So it's a song about that little burg. We're going to play that one. We'll play a lot of songs off our No Sooner Than the Moon album. That'll pretty much be it.
Okay.
Maybe a couple of our real older tunes.
If I remember correctly from our last talk, you mentioned, you're writing a song about Sorrento. I think, was it Valmeyer, where the flood was?
Valmeyer's probably our most known hit. If anyone knows us, that'd be the one that most people would know.
Right.
So that we do.
So you like to visit a small town and write a song about it, huh?
Yeah, that seems to be the trend. I have a song called Piron on No Sooner Than the Moon. That's the small town I grew up in. Mm-hmm. That's outside of kind of between Highland and Greenville, and then Valmeyer and now Sorrento. So
right,
I'm hitting all of them.
I see. Have you ever played Sorrento?
Yes, actually.
Is there someplace to play there? I don't even know.
Not really. We played a fall fest.
Okay.
It was right before COVID. we played a fall festival in the street there, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
For sure. Also coming up, once Rock the Hops is over on Saturday, you're playing the O'Fallon Community Park on the 13th of August?
Yeah, that's a new amphitheater they have there in O'Fallon, Illinois. They asked us to play. It's a concert series, outdoor situation, and we're happy to try it out.
Sounds fun.
New for everybody. So, yeah, that's coming up as well. Yeah, we're pretty busy in August.
I see that because on the 17th it's Alpha Brewing Company. I think you guys have played there before.
We have that's Josh and I, acoustic duo. We play there. We're a monthly residency.
Okay.
Every third Sunday we play there, and we try to do different songs every time to keep it interesting. But that's a cool little craft brewery there in South City, St. Louis, that we like.
What kind of time slot you got there? Is it long?
That's in the afternoon. It's oh boy,
3 or 4 hours.
It's 3 hours. I think it's 3 to 6.
Okay.
I can't remember off the top of my head. That's mid-afternoon.
And then you mentioned the Stagger Inn coming up on the 23rd of August. That's the happy hour 5 to 8 slot.
Yep. That's my birthday, so
that's fun. Right. Party time.
Yep. I've always loved playing the Stagger. That's the venue I've played the most since I've been doing this.
Yeah.
And it holds a special place for me, so that's where I want to be on my birthday.
You know, we talk all the time about, getting your start, and that open mics are a great place to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take a guess. Did you show up at an open mic on a Sunday night at the Stagger Inn when you got started, or
it wasn't on a Sunday night? They had them on
Wednesday
nights as well, and there was a Sam Mackler, I believe his name was.
Oh wow,
similar to Butch,
mm-hmm.
And he would have it. I'm pretty sure it was on like a Wednesday night.
Yeah,
and I finally worked up the courage to do a couple songs. Probably sounded horrible, but
right.
That started it though.
Yeah.
You do that one time, and then you kind of build up enough courage to keep going.
So let's elaborate on that a little bit. So did you visit the Stagger Inn and mm-hmm. think about it for a little while before you? They
would have popcorn. They had a popcorn machine there. You'd go there and have a beer and have some popcorn and watch the musicians play. And I was dabbling in songs by then, and eventually I was there with a buddy, and it was like, yeah, go put your name on there and do it. So
yeah,
I did a couple of songs.
Got all rehearsed up, and then finally decided, okay, I know at least one or two I can do.
Right. But it's totally different than, if you're sitting in your bedroom or whatever singing a song and get on a microphone and do it.
For sure.
You need to keep working at it, the confidence of that.
Yeah.
And it's
well, you mentioned your new single that's coming out, and
mm-hmm.
that you're going to be playing that at Rock the Hops on Saturday. And, a lot of bands do that. They age their songs by playing them out live mm-hmm. prior to recording them. So has this song been around for a minute?
Pretty much this year.
Okay.
We've played it. We haven't played it as a full band too often.
Okay.
Mostly like with myself and Josh, the acoustic setup, we'll do that, and he has some as well that we'll do, and then we're like, we worked it out enough that let's bring it to the band.
So has Jared ever played this song?
I don't think he's ever played it live.
Okay, that'll be good.
He's familiar with it,
right?
But
so he gets what do you do? Send him like an MP3 of it, and then he gets a chance to listen to it. And
we've worked on it in a practice, but I can't remember when it would have been.
Yeah.
And he's familiar with it, but we'll see how familiar he is with it on Saturday.
I'm just curious, because we talk to a lot of guys that do what you do. They get whatever musician they can find mm-hmm. for their gigs. Mm-hmm. And Matt Tall's famous for that. Mm-hmm. And so I often wonder, when this happens that, Jared has never played this song out. Of course, it's a lot easier these days. You can just email a copy, but back when there were cassettes, I mean, that's a whole different game back then. But, a lot of the songs, you could just probably tell him the key, and he could get in the ballpark.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's good like that. Always has been.
Always nice to actually hear the song.
Mm-hmm.
There's a band that plays quite a bit. They're called the Waffle House Fight Club. And they're doing all requests, which I can see, especially with the technology we have now.
Right. You could probably pull it up on an iPad and get the chords.
Right. But it's still,
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You kind of have to know at least the beginning of a melody of something.
I've seen like street performers doing that, on YouTube and stuff. So I get kind of what they're doing. But I wonder if people realize how tough, if you're non-musician,
right,
how tough that actually is to pull off. Especially if you've never heard the song.
Right. And we get that sometimes too. And with the advent of the iPad, Josh will pull it up and we'll try it. But if you don't know the song, the completeness of the song, it's pretty hard to just do.
The great news is, in most rock and roll, most country, most folk, 3 chords and the truth, right? So you're going to be in the ballpark, and you're going to do your own version in the end, especially if it's the first time you've ever played the song. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that's why you go to see live music, though.
Exactly.
You never know what's going to happen when you show up.
Right.
I mean, I don't expect, Jared Gordon to try to be his brother and do a solo act all of a sudden. But he might pull something out of his hat. You don't know.
You just don't know. He's got it in his blood, I guess.
Yeah, just trying to plug it a little bit, And St. Louis is your main stomping ground, I guess, would you say? What's some of the places we talked about? Alpha Marine Company. Where do you like to play over there? What's one of your favorites?
St. Louis it's been tougher lately. We, like I said, Stagger is great. The Trinity Fest here every year. Rock the Hops. This is our 5th time playing that.
See, you're going right back to Illinois, and this is why I like to bring this up, because we got a special spot here.
Oh yeah,
we really do.
I was going to say that Alton is great. It's like I was just talking about these 2 events. They promote creativity and originality, and you're not seeing as much of that anymore in St. Louis. With KDHX in shambles and Riverfront Times going away a few years ago, there was really no, there isn't a whole lot promoting original bands. You see a lot of tribute bands playing out and cover bands playing out in St. Louis, and those are the ones bringing in a lot of crowds, which is fine because a lot of those guys also play in original bands. But you kind of want to see the original scene keep going too.
We've been trying to bring some awareness to the east side of the river, and including the history of this side of the river, which we tell the story often about. It was a New Year's Eve when Johnny Johnson's saxophone player had a stroke, and they needed someone to fill in. They found this kid named Chuck, and he came over to the east side, and the rest is history, because that's the quartet that would end. Well, I think it was a 3-piece actually. Would end up going to Chess Records. Johnny and Chuck went up there, and you think about Johnny Johnson and the way he played, and how Chuck would eventually emulate that sound. And to us, that's the birth of rock and roll.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got the crossover of that country, rock, and jazz all coming together, which you go back to any artist from the beginning of rock and roll, and that's kind of the core of it, right? And to think that happened right here, and then there's Bonnie Bramlett, who come out of Alton and went on to be with Delaney and Bonnie, and, friends with the Beatles. Eric Clapton still calls her up to this day. Wow. And, we're just scratching the surface because we haven't even mentioned Miles Davis. And so, he set the world on fire as well. Definitely. And, like I said, that's just the beginning. We could go on and on about different groups and that have played right here in Alton. Can't forget Ike and Tina. They played on this side of the river in Alton, in Godfrey.
St. Louis.
So it's a special place. And then I like to go way back and say, those mounds they got all around here. Had some serious festivals there.
Right.
They're playing some wild music, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. So we talked about your schedule, Stagger in being your birthday party on the 23rd. Mm-hmm. And then you got the Wine Garden in Belleville on the 29th.
Play there quite a few times.
Play a lot of wineries?
We have. Not so much recently. The Wine Garden being the exception. It's kind of more of a wine bar than its own winery. But
okay.
Yeah, we're pretty versatile in that we can do acoustic duos, we can do trios, 4-piece, 5-piece.
Right.
Whatever the venue is suited for, we can probably pull off.
And so we talk all the time on here about, if somebody wants to, dedicate themselves to music, and this is a great place to do it.
Oh, yeah.
You've got all these different venues and stuff, and you can actually go out there and make some money doing it, which is odd. Sometimes, I got a friend down south that they got to put out a tip bucket. That's the only way they're going to make anything. And the bands that seem like really get this concept and succeed at, making somewhat of a living playing music are the guys that are doing what you're doing. They can break it down to one person. They can play a winery that way. If they need to make it electric, they can make it electric. And I think that flexibility is the key to the success of, trying to do it often enough to bring some, funds into, and then
You're right, definitely.
A lot of those bands will have like an all original rock band or something that never makes money, but they can actually fund that project with some of the money they're making.
You can use it to record something on their original project.
Right.
Yeah.
So we like to say that, it's good to be flexible. It's good to think outside of, just trying to be one thing. And with that attitude, you can get a lot of gigs.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of gigs. And all over the place. I mean, we're touching on Belleville, St. Louis, O'Fallon, Illinois, Pacific, Missouri. So it's not just our area. When you're flexible like that, it gives you a chance to get out there and, next one we're going to talk about, the Drawing Board, September 6th, St. Louis, Missouri.
That's in South City. That is a cool place that we just kind of stumbled into, not literally, but found out about, and they...
That'd be a better story if you...
It's kind of like Stagger in.
Right.
We didn't stagger into there. We found out about it, and they were up for having us play, Josh and I, acoustic, and they have a setup there already with a Rhodes keyboard and
oh, nice.
Everything, and it's a really cool venue. It's called the Drawing Board.
Means you have to carry less stuff. That's
yes.
huge. That's huge.
Yeah, we don't have to bring our own PA. So
right, and you're going to play there again then in October on the 18th. So a couple of gigs there at the Drawing Board in St. Louis. Never heard of it.
It's a neat vibe. It's a neat vibe there in South City.
And the 16th of September in Webster Groves, Garden Cafe.
Yes, that's an outdoor. It's a coffee shop there, right in the heart of Webster Groves, and then he's got a stage that he's set up, fashioned on his own, and it's a kind of a garden party.
Okay.
Have musicians play. It's pretty intimate type of performance. We've played there as a band though, so
okay.
We'll keep it kind of.
That's what I was going to ask. Is it just
quieter,
acoustic or is it?
It's band, but we don't
right.
turn up to 11 on in that.
Not in that particular one. You might every once in a while though, in certain places, right?
Could surprise some people.
Yeah, maybe Rock the Hops.
Yeah,
it is rock.
We'll probably be louder.
Okay,
Rock the Hops.
Yeah, you been to the old bakery?
Oh yeah, I played there probably shortly after it first opened. Did some acoustic gigs there, and then we played Old Bakery last year as part of Rock the Hops. So it's our second year playing there as part of this event.
I guess it's still that same kind of open room there that they play in.
I believe so. Yeah.
Which is tough sometimes on getting loud.
Mm-hmm.
But That's why
if you manage it right, you can.
Yeah, you guys would be perfect in there, I think.
It sounded pretty good last year.
How many times now have you played Rock the Hops?
This will be our 5th time.
Wow.
I remember the first time we played was at Elijah P's.
Okay.
Which I don't. What is that now?
I think if you're talking about, that's Renaissance X is what it's called now.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they're going to be serving some beer that day too.
Then we played at Post Commons, which is right by here.
Right.
And then we played.
There's a room. That's pretty
that was
open.
Really neat. Old post office, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then we played Flock, Food Truck Park, and that was right at. I think they had just opened.
Right.
We played that
outdoors.
Yeah,
right.
Under a tent. That's a really nice place. And then last year at Old Bakery, and this year at Old Bakery.
Okay. So you should be ready to go this year because you're returning to the same venue.
Same.
Got a feel for it.
Right. But yeah,
Rock the Hop veteran.
Well, the event is just cool overall because you can mosey around to these various places and see all these different styles of bands. And then you also have the craft beer element with different tastes of that as well, and wines and cocktails. And then there's also artists and craft vendors there.
Right.
So it's craft beer, craft music, and arts and crafts.
Oh, yeah.
Originality, creativity. I mean, it's really inspiring, I think.
I'm glad you brought all that up because, we get so used, Rock the Hops has been around for a while now. Mm-hmm. And we don't necessarily reiterate everything that's happening at Rock the Hops.
Right.
We just assume that people around here already know that stuff. But, hey, maybe you don't know that, and that's exactly why you need to get out and check it out.
Right.
Me, myself, I'm not a beer drinker, but that's okay. There's still stuff for non-drinkers to do as well. You can mosey around. I like it because it's an afternoon thing.
Yes.
And I go to bed early. I'm old. So, it wraps up by, 7, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock is when it ends, right?
Yeah, so.
It's not too bad.
You guys are playing Tower Grove Park on September 29th. What's that like?
Well, we don't know. It's a new.
Okay.
It's called Mondays at the Music Stand, and it's under the Music Stand Pavilion where my sister actually got married a few years ago. It's beautiful, and we were supposed to play that last week, but it was 103 degrees out, so they said let's reschedule. So we picked a date that should be cooler, but it's a free outdoor concert. They have food trucks there and beverages, so it should be pretty cool.
What do you say we check out a song from No Sooner Than the Moon?
Yeah, let's do it.
What can you tell me about this song we're about to play? Guess That's the Way You Say Goodbye. I've heard you like to do some sad country songs.
Well, there you go. That's my wheelhouse and kind of the reputation I've built. Heartbreak, woe is me, another broken relationship kind of thing. And, that's kind of how sometimes songs get written.
It's definitely, if anyone's had their heart broke, I mean, it's an emotion you only experience when that happens. Right. It's so many questions, so many, a lot of pondering, wondering, what happened, that kind of thing. And, so some serious emotions go into, and that's why there's tons of breakup songs out there.
Right. And hopefully, I always think that maybe that reaches somebody who's feeling something similar and saying, okay, it happens.
It does.
You can use that as an outlet to let it out, and when you're listening to it, say, hey, I've been there too.
And for me, my first real heartbreak, I think I've started paying attention to those songs more than I had before. Mm-hmm. Before it was like, it's kind of a slow song,
Sappy.
I don't want to listen to this, But once it happens, man, those songs resonate different.
Oh, yeah.
So,
definitely.
And I think it's something that most people probably experience in their life at some point.
Oh, yeah, I would have to say so.
Okay, so let's check it out. Guess That's the Way You Say Goodbye from the Trophy Mules. We're talking to Corey Saathoff. He's the songwriter of the band, the front man, I guess you could call it, and be playing at 3:15 at the Old Bakery Brewery at Rock the Hops on Saturday. Here's the Trophy Mules.
I don't believe you're gonna walk out and leave in the rain, storm of life. Stopping bottles all the way to the sky. We've had enough alone. That bird has flown. Guess that's the way you say goodbye. Hopefully your dreams all grow green like grapes on the vine. Well past the summer you spent stealing mine. Still drunk on the wine from a long lost time. Guess that's the way you say goodbye. Why should I even try? Why should I even try? No sooner than the moon hangs on the night, you're searching for a new sunrise to save you and sleep. Stop, blood red cold by your twisted knife. Heart buried in the snow, 20 below. Guess that's the way you say goodbye. The seasons come and go, but the scars still show. Guess that's the way you say goodbye. Guess that's the way we say goodbye. Never great at saying goodbye.
Guess That's the Way You Say Goodbye from the Trophy Mules. We're talking to Corey Saathoff, songwriter of that song and frontman of the Trophy Mules, playing 3:15 at the Old Bakery for Rock the Hops on Saturday. And kind of a neat effect you got on your voice there in that song.
I was, when I was in the studio recording that, which is Scott Swartz's home studio. He's got great equipment. He's a master with that. But I kind of wanted some of that, almost that old rockabilly, that reverby echo that you would hear on some of the, the 50s, 60s rockabilly stuff. We came across that type of sound with the reverb, and I liked it for that song, so it fit, I thought.
It's one thing about doing it in a situation like that with Scott, where you can take as much time as you want and dabble with it over days, over weeks.
Right.
So different from when you actually book studio time and you can only be there for so long, a little more pressure then.
I've been fortunate to have that luxury. The last times we've recorded with the Trophy Mules, prior bands I've been in, we didn't have that luxury, and you were right. You're on the clock, and it's a lot more stressed, and you can tell by the performance.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
I'm going to go over some stuff that's happening this weekend, so you want to just relax for a minute. If I say anything that strikes a chord with you, chime in if you want.
Okay.
But I'm going to kind of fly through Friday so we can get to the complete list of what's happening Saturday at Rock the Hops right here in downtown Alton. But on Friday night at the Block, we got the Buzz Tones from 6 to 9. And then live music at Fast Eddie's. They usually do 2 shows a night. And, Fast Eddie's has opened it up to more artists. So you might want to look into Fast Eddie's. You guys might be able to get in there. And always a good crowd there.
Yeah.
They've got Unlisted Band at 1:30, and then Yacht Rockers from 7 to 11. We've got City Heat at the VFW in Alton on Friday night from 7 to 11. BC Homegrown, they come back for 2 nights in a row. They'll be at Bakers and Hale in Godfrey on Friday night from 7 to 11. Ryan Holting will be out at Locke's Brick House from 7 to 10. In Bethalto, Rum Boogie, they're going to be playing the Moose in Wood River from 6:30 to 9:30 on Friday. The Woo Daddies, 8 to 11 at Sam's Last Chance Saloon, the old corner tavern there in Edwardsville.
Yeah, we've played there. That's a nice place. We like that. We like playing there. We'll be playing there, and this winter. I think.
Okay.
I don't know if it's late November or an early playing there.
They've been doing a really good job of promoting the bands that are playing there, and up to date on their Facebook page is where I see a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we like it.
Little country band Hicktown going to be playing at a backstage bar and patio from 9 p.m. until 1 a.m. on Friday night. Rewind at Big Daddy's around the Grin from 5 to 8 on Friday night right there in Edwardsville. Flip the Frog will be at the Moose in Edwardsville from 7 to 11. And here's a big deal. The Prairie Town World's Fair is happening.
Wow.
Yeah.
When's that?
That is all weekend long.
Oh.
And Friday night, it'll be Whiskey River from 8 p.m. until 12
they got to be
a.m.
good. Band named Whiskey River.
Oh,
They
yeah.
gotta play some Willie Nelson.
I guarantee they play that song. They have to. Caden Cruz out at the cabin at Judy Creek from 7 to 11 in Glen Carbon. You guys ever play there? That'd be a good place for you guys too. The cabin at Judy Creek.
I've been there. I've not played there. Would like to.
I think you guys
love
would
the
fit in.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a nice place.
And then Pink Houses. Who do you think that's a tribute to?
John Cougar Mellencamp.
You got it. That's right.
I bet they play Pink Houses.
Yeah, I bet they do. And they're playing at the Mill in Granite City, which is doing a lot of those tributes now, and really neat venue down there.
I would, if I had one song to request for them, it would be Scarecrow.
Okay.
That's my favorite
That's a good one.
Mellencamp song.
Also in Granite City on Friday night, the Fry Project from 7 to 11 at Bindy's. Up in Jerseyville, it's Nick Sturgis, 6 to 9 at George's Pub and Grill. And then Serapis at the Loading Dock on Friday night from 6 to 9 in Grafton. The Lily Allen Jam Band, 7 to 11 at the Grafton Pub. Let's see, Michael Marcino, 7 to 10 at the Bloody Bucket Saloon in Grafton. Jackson Dion, 3 to 7 at the Terrace at Aries on Friday night. And we always like to mention a local band of ours that's been on tour lately. And that's the band called Feel. And they're going to be supporting the Black Crowes in Ohio. So
nice.
Congrats to them. Let's get on now to Rock the Hops on Saturday here in downtown Alton. Several venues, several bands. At Shea Maryland's, the creators of Rock the Hops, Hope and Therapy. They'll open things up at 2:30 there. Joel will play at 4:45. Oh, wait a minute, I missed St. Clair. St. Clair plays at 3:30, then Joel at 4:45. Olive, 6 o'clock. Let's see, Jacob Gordon.
Right.
So we got Jared and Jacob down there on a Saturday afternoon.
Gordon Fest.
That's right. And then wrapping things up, the Shea Maryland's will be Rock Crown at 7:15. Also taking place at Bossa Nova on Saturday. Darian Poe, 2:15, leads things off. And this is the old school Alton, we call it alternative scene, I guess. Jason Fishburne will be 3:30, and then here they come. Doug Rafferty of Judge Nothing at 4 o'clock. Todd Keith of Autumn Clock at 5:40, and then the Bishops at 7 o'clock.
That's wow. That's a Hall of Fame
That is.
lineup right there.
That's the 90s, what would you call it, original bands.
Right. Those are all big deals.
They played a lot of shows together back in the day, and that'll be neat to see them all reunite there.
Autumn Clock played after us last year at Old Bakery.
Right.
They were right after us, and their set was great.
Yeah.
So
Todd Keith will be the only one this time, but he's playing at 5:40 right before the Bishops. At the Conservatory, a great place because they always support original music. They're going to kick it off with Dracula Johnson at 3:15. Super fun. Yeah, Rocket Ship. If you haven't seen them, it's a must-see. 4:15 at the Conservatory. Soft Crisis at 5:15. Rick Riddles, 6:15. That's some hip-hop action going down there at the Conservatory. And then Seashine at 7:15. I actually have links to all the music at cottonmouth.org. So if you're kind of wanting to preview some of this, all of them I could find, you just click on the link and it'll give you a little preview. Check them out.
yeah.
Also happening at Rock the Hops at the Flock food truck lot in Alton. Halcyon at 2:15. The Down Bads at 3:15. Neighborhood Villages at 4:30. Ish Ensemble at 5:30, and then Bellevue at 7. And then the last venue on the list, but not the least, the Old Bakery Beer Company, which has been involved the entire time Rock the Hops has been going on. I mean, it kind of inspired it. It was our first brewery here in town.
Yeah, you're talking about craft brewery as a big, hops as the name of the event. So they've been obviously a big part of it.
Yeah, and so Riley Hershey and the Chocolatiers at 2:15, followed by the Trophy Mules, 3:15. We're talking to Corey Saathoff of the Trophy Mules, if you're just joining us, and they'll get underway at 3:15. They're shooting for all originals, about 45-minute set, if you missed that part. Zach Sullentrump, 4:30. Joe Hicks Ensemble at 5:45, and Boxcar at 7 o'clock, all happening for Rock the Hops 2025 right here in downtown Alton.
Yeah, should be fun.
And the Trophy Mules have made 5. This is their 5th appearance
Yes,
at Rock the
5th.
Hops.
Yep. And
You guys got to be at the top of the list most times, maybe.
well, Hope and Therapy would be first.
Well, yeah,
They've
for
been
sure.
And they're the organizers of it.
Yeah,
They're great. So
for sure.
we might be second. I don't know.
Yeah. First of non-producers of the event, maybe. I don't
And
know.
this will be the 5th different lineup, all 5 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is
I'm thinking about it. I think we've had 5 different lineups for the 5 different times.
That's not unusual, though, for the Trophy Mules. That's kind of the norm,
Yeah,
right?
pretty much.
So, looking forward to that. Looking forward to, kind of, I guess you could say, the return of Jared Gordon. It's been a while since he played with you guys, right?
Yes. Well, yeah. This past fall, he played with us for a gig. So
Well, that's been a while. And you mentioned, let's say it again, that you're working on a new single.
Mhm.
Let's give that dude a plug again. What was the name of it?
the name of that song will be Sorrento Silence.
That's right.
And it, well, we should. It'll be out this month. It's going to be sometime this month.
And if you've ever been to Sorrento, it is quiet.
Right.
I would say.
It's even more quiet now than it used to be.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
That's one of those places they might salute on Hee Haw, right?
Yeah.
Population, what?
500.
500?
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I mean, I have relatives there.
Yeah.
I visit a couple times a year.
So, you grew up in a small town, though, didn't you?
I grew up in a little town called Huron.
Huron, that's right. We mentioned that.
There's the Blue Springs Foot High Pies billboard you'll see on Interstate 70. Yeah, that's the Huron exit.
Yeah.
It's by Highland and by Pocahontas.
What kind of population we got there?
Oh, geez. Probably 500.
Okay.
500, 600.
Yeah.
So
there you
small
go.
towns.
So you didn't say small towns for John Cougar or
Oh,
something?
yeah, that's a big hit. Well, I mean, you kind of assume that they're going to play those.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
Scarecrow, maybe not.
That would be neat.
Yeah.
That would be neat, for
The
sure.
other one I like is, what's another Mellencamp song? Check It Out. That's a good song.
Okay. So Sereno Silence, tell us a little bit more about the new single. What inspired that, and where's it coming from?
Well, it was a poem my Aunt Kim lives in Sorrento, and her friend had a poem that she sent to me in the hopes that maybe I could make a song out of it. Well, I didn't. So it's harder to take someone's poem and write a song based on the rigid words that are there on the page. But I did my own take on it, using a lot of the words and phrases in it, and meshed it with what was going on in my head. So I turned it into a song that I think sounds pretty good.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, that should be out soon. Actually, the next project we're doing is all songs about transportation.
Okay.
Cars, trains, trucks, tractors, all on that theme, but with deeper meanings.
Okay. Wonder if we can get Steve Martin to sit in on the banjo. Yeah. You know, planes, trains, and automobiles, right?
Right. That'd be good. That'd be good.
He's a heck of a banjo player, too.
Heck yeah. Yeah, so that's what we're working on right now. It's kind of a concept album, I guess you would say.
I wanted to step away from the Trophy Mules for a minute and point out that you're, I guess, a journalist, right? Mm-hmm. So you're a writer for the Republic Times. It's a Waterloo paper, right?
Yeah, it's based in Waterloo. We cover all of Monroe County, Illinois. So that's Waterloo, Columbia, Valmeyer, which is one of our songs, that area of the world.
So what type of writing do you do there? Is it mainly news?
All kinds. I'm the sports editor and the overall editor.
So you do sports?
Yeah. We've had some, we write tragic stories, happy stories, whatever's going on. I'm part of it. I have a good team, a good staff there to help. So, I'm always writing.
Yeah.
For the job.
Waterloo,
for hobby.
Waterloo's still part of the Mississippi Valley Conference, right?
For now, yes.
Yeah.
They're moving to the Cahokia Conference.
Okay.
There's a big shakeup with a lot of the high schools. They're all Mississippi Valley Conference is going away.
Okay. So. Yeah, it seemed like that was kind of a drive for those teams. They had to go that far, but
from Waterloo to Jerseyville for both schools. That's a drive.
Yeah. So, we cover Mississippi Valley Conference, or have over the years, and that's why I bring that up. So, kind of, crossing over a little bit with the journalism there. And
well, Cahokia Conference, I think, will have Jerseyville and Roxana.
So they're still going to
teams around here.
They're still going to road trip it down there.
Right.
You do a lot of sports in? Is that your main thing?
Well,
and
it's about half of it.
Yeah. Small places like this, you kind of have to do everything.
Just like we were talking about with the lineup for my band, it's good to be flexible and have,
for sure,
have the abilities to cover different things in that profession. So,
yeah, I was told in radio broadcasting school at Lewis and Clark Community College by Mr. Mike Dreeth, who ended up owning the station. Well, he owned it at the time. Mm-hmm. But he was like, be prepared to take the trash out, for a lot of years.
Bottle washer, right?
That's right. So there you go. We're talking to Corey Saathoff of the Trophy Mules, playing 3:15 at the Old Bakery this Saturday at Rock the Hops. Number 5 performance. And also playing on the 23rd at the Stagger Inn again in Edwardsville for his birthday. Mm-hmm. And hopefully Butch Moore will be there too. Got to have Butch at your party, Right. Of course, he plays a lot too. So
he might be playing.
So I wanted to touch base on that big show coming up after Rock the Hops, because this video probably will come out next week sometime, but we do the radio side of it prior to Rock the Hops. So, we can use it for a little cross-promotion once once the video comes out. Let's see, what else is there's other stuff going on, believe it or not, in our little area on Saturday night, including the Lonesome Blues. That's Darius Spangler. He's a Grateful Dead guy, but he does it solo.
Nice.
And man, he's really good. He's playing the conservatory after Rock the Hop, so about 9 o'clock.
After party.
Yeah, so where else would you have the after party for Rock the Hops in the conservatory? So
that's a good spot.
Yeah, Lonesome Blues, definitely. If you get a chance, check that out. He just played the night market down here, which you guys fit in there too.
I'd have to try. Is that on what nights?
Thursday nights.
Okay.
Yep. Right, 7 o'clock. I think it's like a 7 to 10 slot, maybe.
Okay. I will have to look into that.
So that's a good thing about what we're doing here. You know, if you're a band, you're out there trying to figure out places to play. We just got this website, Cottonmouth.org. Used to be my band website, but we don't play anymore. So I dedicated it all to helping musicians out.
Was that your band's name, Cottonmouth?
It was.
What did
we
it
actually
sound like?
we had a trademark for that, believe it or not, and it did us no good. People still use the name, and what it did do is, they can't sue us. So,
Right.
We didn't have the funds to go out and chase them down. So, the band is, let's just call it hard rock.
Okay.
We went through a lot of stages. We came out when thrash rock was like, thrash metal was the thing. Yeah. So when we started, we kind of leaned toward that type of stuff, Metallica, those bands.
Early Metallica.
But as we grew, we did more psychedelics, and so it kind of twisted into, a spinoff of that.
You did more psychedelics?
Yes.
Or you played more psychedelics?
We did more psychedelics. Okay. And so, what I found out, though, is the two really don't go together as far as the way we did it, Right. Honestly, we sucked.
Oh, Hawkwind gave it a go, I think.
Yeah. They did a much better job than us. So we don't talk about the band much because, a lot of musicians think that way of themselves. So
yeah,
there are a lot of fans that still contact us and thought we were something special, but I don't know. It was fun.
It was a moment in time.
Yeah. And so anyways, you can go there. You can find places to get your music played. You can find venues. You can find other bands. You can kind of go down the list and see, hey, that sounds like us. That might be where we'd fit in. So, and everybody knows that goes out and books their own, gigs and stuff. The research takes up a lot of time.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm trying to condense that all to one spot where you can just go, and kind of scroll down and get some ideas.
One-stop shop for musicians.
Yeah. So that's what we do there.
And fans.
Yeah, exactly. Both sides of the coin there. And we always like to support local music. Thanks to our sponsors, Halpin Music Company and Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance. And I was going through Saturday real quick, Crossroads at Bakers and Hale and Godfrey on Saturday. They've got the audio distilled out in Meadowbrook at Blue Stem Vodka, where they do acoustic acts in the afternoon from 4 to 7. That's always a good time. And just a few of the things. Of course, Grafton is a great place to enjoy live music, and they've got bands all weekend long. We talked about Sam's Last Chance Saloon. I can't pass up mentioning the name of this band, Burgers Gone Wild.
Wow.
8 to 11.
I've not heard of that.
That's a good band name.
Does sound interesting.
Yeah, some buddies of ours, Cabin Fever, going to do the backstage bar and patio in Edwardsville, and the Pete Kreshock Project around the corner at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville, and our friends Psychedelic Symphony going to be playing at the Stagger Inn on Saturday night from 5 to 8. Here's a good band name, Tyrannosaurus Rex. 7 to 10 at the Mossy Stone Irish Pub in Edwardsville, and Carrie Lee will be out at the Lyle's Tavern in Maryville. Scott Keller Band at the Cabin at Judy Creek in Glen Carbon. And, of course, we mentioned the Prairie Town World's Fair. They're going to have a rock and roll parade, followed by Shotgun Creek, which is a really good country band.
I've heard them. They are good.
Yeah, 8:30 to 12:30. Our friends Flip the Frog will be at Tucker's Pub in Eldred from 7:30 to 11. And you can catch or you can find all this information at cottonmouth.org. I do want to mention Psychedelic Symphony at Shea, Maryland's doing their regular gig on Sunday from 5 to 8, and you always got to catch the open mic at the Stagger Inn on a Sunday night.
Oh, yeah. That's legendary.
Butch Moore would say, naked by 11. Mm-hmm. And then that one thing happened where they shut everything down and all the times got changed. So probably naked by 10 now, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Hey, Corey Saathoff, thanks for coming in and sitting with me tonight on Riverbend Talent. And looking forward to 3:15 at the Old Bakery for Rock the Hops.
And I'll send you our new single here shortly, and
I'm looking forward to it. In the meantime, I'm going to play us out with another song off of your last release, and this one, I just love the title. It's called Chupacabra Valentine, the Trophy Mules, here on Riverbend Talent. Get out there, support local music and art. It's Rock the Hops this weekend, and we thank our sponsors, Halpin Music Company and Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance. Here it is, Chupacabra Valentine, the Trophy Mules.
Possibly ask for a false escape far and away from this mad love stumbling backwards, lost in motion, trampled in time. Chupacabra Valentine, such a sad lullaby. Days honest, and yet none of it matters. Entangling fates unwound by hate, drawn in poison circles of life. Said goodbye. Twisted magic on my mind. Queen of an ocean, turning the tide. Chupacabra Chupacabra Valentine. You're a tragic lullaby.